Hi everyone, my name is Lydia Ahern and I'm the coordinator for Nuffield Research Placements in the southeast of England. Nuffield Research Placements provide research and work experience opportunities to students in Year 12. The programme provides engaging hands-on research projects where Year 12 students have the opportunity to make a meaningful contribution towards the work of a host organisation through a well-supervised but independent research collaboration relating to any area of science, quantitative social science, computing, technology, engineering or maths, or even a combination. They're centred around access to and collaboration with a knowledge experts such as yourselves. That results in high quality, meaningful outputs for both the student and the supervisor. We'll be looking for project supervisors to fulfil a subject-specific role when mentoring and guiding these young people through a structured experience. This partnership with project supervisors will be a novel experience for many students and also, therefore, an exciting one. We would love to work with more project providers, offering students rich experiences. If you're interested in taking part, just keep watching.
Hello, I'm Dr. Kristy and I'm here today to share with you what it's been like to be a provider and a knowledge expert for the Nuffield Research Placements. I'm based down in Canterbury at Canterbury Christ Church University. There I'm a reader based in psychology and life sciences. I spend my time researching sports science, life sciences, physical education, physical activity, and also nutrition. I also spend time lecturing on a variety of different programs, all the way through from teaching teachers how to teach physical education and health education, all the way to masters in sports science and PhD programs. For me, being a Nuffield Research Placement Supervisor was a really good experience. It's not something I'd done before in terms of supervising research placements before students come to university, but I found it to be a really exciting opportunity. Last year, we undertook virtual projects, but that didn't stop us, and it also didn't impact on the research that we were able to undertake. In fact, we were able to use technology to our advantage and gain a further insight from a wider range of participants, and we're able to have a global reach rather than just our local regional reach that we had planned originally. I became a supervisor as I wanted to share what university research life was like and the kind of fields and areas that were possible to undertake within STEM as a whole. I wanted to offer insights as to what it was like to be a researcher, what it was like to be a scientist, and also what it was like to get excited about numbers and data and new findings and all of that kind of quantitative data analysis. When the students came to me on placement, I treated them as if they were like my undergraduates, in that I was able to set them tasks and actions to complete as if they were independent researchers within part of a team. So last year, I was really lucky. I was able to have 4 students, which isn't as overwhelming as it sounds. They were all allocated to me and worked on the same large projects that we had. But each student was allocated parts of the project based on their experiences and their personal statements. So it was really useful to be able to see their personal statements, and it helped the student experience as they felt really valued and their strengths were recognized, and we were able to apply their strengths to particular areas of the project that was being undertaken. I was also able to trust them because I knew that they had this previous experience, or they had this enthusiasm and this passion and drive to want to know more in this particular area. And this allowed them to really have a go at it and break new grounds. So I set the project up like a collaborative research team so that this enabled me to value each member of my mini little research team. It was almost as if they were like research assistants in one large research project. That's the best kind of way to explain it. It felt that I was able to value their contribution that they were able to make. They were able to show off their own outputs though, because each one of them had to write their own research report and their own poster. I really think that more than one student is a really great move, and I could see a buddy system working really well on these research placements. So do consider having more than one if you're able to. It may feel really daunting when you think about it to start with, but actually it allowed for really rich discussions about the research that they were undertaking and how they were doing it, why they were doing it, and they were able to ask critical questions of each other. And it was really good in terms of them discussing and them not being too worried or afraid being on a brand new research placement attached to a university. We used Google Classrooms as a virtual meetup, and I found Google Classrooms really easy to use. It was really fast, it was really efficient, it was really effective. It meant that they could share the tasks that they were doing with me really easily. It's also something that they were used to from the first lockdown that they had been using within their school environment. It also meant that I could share literature with them that I wanted them to include in their reports. And they could also see all of the data as it was coming in, as we used the Google Forms as an online questionnaire system, as a really flexible way to allow them to collect data and collect a large amount of data. At the end of the project and their successful completion of the project, there's a placement celebration event, and that was particularly cool. And I felt particularly proud of being able to see their names celebrated at this event, as well as Canterbury acknowledged as a provider for the placements too. So it was almost like a double proud moment. I think for me, the students gained a real kind of real world experience, even though it was a virtual, that's what the world was in terms of researching at their time. The placement time length is a minimum of 4 weeks, but I actually ran it over 6 weeks because it's over the summer leave periods. I actually took a week holiday as we have 2 birthdays in a week. It meant that we just ran for a little bit longer. But everybody knew that from the beginning of the placements that this would be my week that I was having as holiday. And it allowed them to have time for their tasks that they needed to complete, and that when I came back, we could really have a rich discussion about what had they found, what analysis had they done, what were the answers that they were actually able to find from the research. So they were almost able to prepare and come back with their research report almost fully written by the time that I had just stepped away for a week, which was really cool because it allowed trust for them and also independent time. So before they come to you, they have sessions on learning how to write scientific problems and develop research and critical thinking, as well as time management. So they have several things that they have to do before they come to you. And that was really a great build. So that meant that when they came to you, they were ready to apply the skills that they had been learning within the real research environments. Within the projects that were completed last year, I'm still following just up the data with a little bit more further analysis, but all my students will be acknowledged on any future papers that are published from it. I think the Nuffield Research Placements is a really excellent way to help inspire and motivate and infuse our researchers in the next generation. So I think it's a really positive experience for the students, and I highly recommend it.
Thank you for watching. If a Nuffield Research Placement is something that you would like to get involved in, or if you would like to find out more information, please feel free to contact me at nuffield@canterbury.ac.uk. I'm happy to discuss your ideas further, answer any questions, or meet for further discussion around offering a project to students through the Nuffield Research Placement programme.